Hey guys, it's Justin, and you know, I put a lot of thought into this, and you just can't have a Gladiator without some sort of armor. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our upcoming videos. Okay, so for this video, we're gonna be focusing on battle gear for our Roamin Gladiator. These Rockslide Engineering side steps will do double duty, providing much needed steps into our Gladiator while also protecting our rocker from damage on the trail. These things are rated for moderate off-road conditions and will work consistently in the cold and harsh weather. We really put a set of these to the test on our Summit JL project and threw them at some real-world wheeling abuse, and they kept on working like they were brand new. So it was a no-brainer to use these again on our Roamin Gladiator. When we say they work, what we mean is these retractable steps drop down a full 12 inches from the body of the actual slider when the door is open. After closing the door, the step will automatically retract and sit flush in the body of the slider. The key is the integrated smart motor, which ensures smooth, reliable operation. The bottom line is these sliders are meant to last. Now, we realize truck steps are among one of the first upgrades truck owners make. We also realize you might want to consider some of the other great options offered here at Summit Racing. So we'll go ahead and highlight the installation process, and then we'll move on to the other key pieces of armor, like the bumpers. So let's get at it. So it's time to get our step bars installed. Now, we've already installed a set of these on our Project JL. So if you guys are looking for an in-depth install, head back on our YouTube channel and check that out. We'll actually put a link in the description below to that video. So this is just gonna be kind of a generalized video of installing these. Now, the first thing you need to do is yank off your factory rock slides if your Jeep is equipped with them. So we're gonna do that, followed by installing the wiring harness, and then we're gonna put our new Rockslide Engineering rock sliders on. This thing's gonna get a set of extension bars on the back of the step. So we'll go ahead and install those as well, and we'll show you guys how to do that. So enough talking, let's get to it. So we got both factory rock sliders removed, and now it's time to start running our wiring harness. Now, Rockslide Engineering does a really good job about laying this out in the instructions, so I highly recommend that you check that out. I love this harness because it's such high quality, you know, it's loomed, it's got high quality connectors on it. One of the cool parts about this is kind of a standalone system. So there's no splicing, cutting, anything like that. Your only power connection, I should say, is right to your battery. And this is actually gonna be an on-body ground, and then this is gonna go to the battery. Other than that, it's all a self-contained system. So I'm gonna go under the Jeep. We have some wires running up the frame rail that go to the battery, and then we're gonna run some wires across the cross member to the other side. These are also gonna go inside the Jeep itself, and that's how all our door switches are gonna connect. So I'm gonna go under the Jeep and get this ran. With our wiring harness ran, it's time to start installing the door sensors. And to do that, we're gonna use some alcohol pads, some adhesive stickies, and we're gonna go ahead and stick them above here and then in a different location for the front doors. So we're gonna start at the rear, and this is what the system uses to detect if your doors are open or closed, so it knows when to put your steps down or retract them up. So we're gonna go ahead and get the other 4 stuck, and then we'll go and install our magnets right here and then on the spot correlating in the front as well. So we're almost ready for the steps, but before we do that, we have to install these body protection strips. And what this is gonna do is add a layer of protection between the body and the step itself. When we're actually using these things as a rock slider, we don't want it scratching up the paint. Between that, I went ahead and put the step mounts on the body mounts, and these things are almost ready to go on. So I'm gonna get these installed. Take your time, make sure they're nice in your installation. You have to measure about 1.75 inches from the seam here down. So that's what I went ahead and did. And we're gonna get these put on and then our steps installed. So everything is plugged in, torqued, and installed, and they're ready for use. We really love these things, so that's why we used them again for our JL. Now with those done, it's time to move on to the bumpers. So let's get into those. Lucky for us, we just added LOD Offroad to our family of brands, and they were able to supply us with a front and rear bumper as well as a set of bed sliders for our Gladiator. If you're not familiar with LOD Offroad, they've been fabricating products for the off-road vehicle market since the early 2000s. That includes skid plates, bed racks, rock sliders, and yes, bumpers. Really what we love is their versatility. They come winch ready and they work with most popular winches up to 12,000 pounds. LOD also offers a winch cover plate option in case you're not quite ready for a winch but you want to add one in the future. These bumpers also accommodate a bunch of lighting options thanks to their innovative and interchangeable light bezel options. Plus, you can add other items such as different guards and skid plates as you go, so these things are truly modular. Now, we're going to be pairing our Black Ops front bumper with an LOD Offroad Gladiator specific Destroyer rear bumper. We think it offers a nice stealthy look along with the required toughness needed for this project. So enough talking about these amazing bumpers, let's get into the install. So we have our factory bumper removed, and one of our first steps is going to be installing our frame stiffeners. Now, these were an option with our bumper, and we went ahead and opted to install them. The installation is super easy. You simply just use this factory bolting location and another bolt that's included. Put these on, put the bolt inside the frame rail, snug them up, but leave them loose because we're going to be moving these around as we install everything else. So with these on, it's time to mount our bumper mounts. So we got our front install almost finished up, and this looks amazing. Now we are going to put fog lights in it at a later date and then go ahead and wire the winch. So we're going to be moving to the back of the Jeep and get the rear bumper installed as well. But I'm really in love with this thing. It looks good. I have nothing but good things to say. The install went pretty well. So let's head out back and start getting that rear bumper on. Now, one of the things you're going to want to pay attention to is if you opted to get the LOD frame stiffeners, to make sure that you put them on properly. They are left and right dependent. The bumper installs went really easy, but it did help having a set of second hands around to get these things on and off and installed. Between the bumpers and our rock slides, this thing is going to be really protected on the trail. Before we do that, we got to light up the night. So it's going to be time for lighting in our next episode. But as always, make sure to like and subscribe to the Summit Racing YouTube channel so you don't miss out on any of these sweet videos. But until next time, I'm Justin with Summit Racing, and the golden question is, what are you working on?